Welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition. Listen, guys, sometimes old Scab struggles. This is about the 27th version of this video that we're going to do, so we're just going to cut the shit. This is the Extrema Ratio Desert Warfare sent to me by xfero / awesome dude, awesome brother in the blade. Brother, thank you so much. Now, he had some issues with the knife, okay? He goes, bro, I want you to have it. I want you to see what you think. I'm sending it to you. Now, he sent some other stuff I'm going to show you, and I'm going to shout that stuff out too. But he said, man, I want to get your honest opinion. I want to see what your subscribers think. And here's the deal. Sometimes this is not a cheap knife. Extrema Ratio is a very expensive brand. Y'all have seen them all over the place. This is the very first one I've ever had. So brother, dude, Mason, thank you for sending this. I am greatly appreciative. Now, I'm going to do this knife differently than any other knife I get because he said, let me back up. If you followed the channel, and the only reason I'm a little addled tonight, guys, is I was up at 4 o'clock this morning heading to Orlando. It's been a long ass day. Anyway, 9 times out of 10, if I get a knife, we take it out of the box, we go outside, we do a knife demonstration. I try to see what the designer was thinking. I try to see if I'm on the same thought process. Then we try to see if with my limited skill set, if the knife functions, right? I don't know, I'm asking you, that's what we do. With this knife, we're going to take a different tact because xfero or Mason is asking my honest opinion. I mean, he gifted it to me, but he's asking me what I think, what you guys think. The first thing that sticks out is this, isn't it? First thing that pops to mind is this. So here's the thing. I'm not going to make a knee-jerk reaction. Y'all know that this channel, we don't bash knives. We don't bash companies. I don't do any of that. If a knife isn't safe, we have to mention that. But here's the thing. I want to carry the knife for a week or two. I can tell you that I can see where it would be better if that wasn't there. That's just an initial reaction. But I'm not going to let that jade my opinion of the knife. I want to give you an informed opinion. In my opinion, don't count for shit. But I do want to give you my thoughts on it because you were honest and said, hey man, it's not for me, but just see what you can do with it. So that's what we're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry this for a couple weeks, and then I am going to do a demonstration review and give you my total thoughts. Did I get used to that grip? Because see, here's the deal. The knife feels great. Weight-wise, balance-wise, I love Italian-made knives. I really do, so I'm a little more partial, I guess, in that regard. It's N690 steel. These, again, the price point on this was close to $5. So it's an expensive knife. So I want to take my time with it. But you see, there's kind of the balance point there. It is well balanced in that regard. I know that Extrema Ratio makes knives for special units and law enforcement all over the world. So I want to take my time with this. Normally, like I said, bam, out of the box. But Mason used this knife. Then he reprofiled the edge, and he straight up said, he said, brother, I did the best I could with it. I think he was originally a little frustrated with the original grind on it. So now this is a little thicker paper, but in all fairness, Mason, you did a pretty good job, buddy, because this is not paper I cut with this knife. So here's the truth. He did a pretty good job, excellent job actually, on the edge. I am going to strop this knife. I may hone it just a hair. I'm going to carry it, and then I'm going to give my honest opinion of the knife. I can tell you this, dude. Thank you, seriously. Thank you for sending it, regardless of what anybody thinks or what I think. It's an expensive knife. And I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you don't follow Mason, or xfero slash. Do that on Instagram and on YouTube. He's getting his groove going. He's up in Canada, so he's in the woods a lot. He's working on his game, and that's what this thing's about. See, a lot of times with shout outs, guys, I want you to go over and support somebody, because sometimes all somebody needs is a little bit of encouragement, right? And YouTube don't do shit for anybody. Let me just tell you that. If you start doing good, they'll make sure. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Go over xfero slash, subscribe, like it. Really, truly, honestly, if this wasn't here, you probably wouldn't send it. But the truth is, if that, and I'm going to carry it for 2 weeks. Now, here's the thing. Initial thoughts, I don't like it. I don't like this. I like the knife. I don't like this. And I'm not trying to be nice. I'm just trying to be honest, because I love knives. This is a knife, though, that the price point, because a lot of times it's like, well, it's expensive, so I got to like it. No, it's got to be a good knife to like it. I mean, it's got to work. It's got to be safe. It's got to be able to handle the task at hand. I'm going to do something totally different. Like I said, I'm going to carry it, but I'm going to study up on it. I want to see what they were thinking. I want to get their thought process on it. A lot of times, and the reason I'm doing that with this knife, and I don't normally with a knife, if it's a fighting knife or if it's a combat knife or it's something of that nature, even though I am not trained in any of that, I can take and make it a utilitarian or make it a utility purpose type knife, right? With this, I'm going to try to do the same, but I understand that's not what this knife was made for, okay? So this is going to be we're going to do an actual review. I told you we're going to do some things differently. That's going to be one. So, brother, xfero slash, dude, thank you. Because here's the deal, man. It's a dope-ass knife. There might be some tweaks we can do to it. But, brother, thank you for thinking enough of me to send it. I greatly appreciate it. Now, Megatron is leaving Thursday, or she would be joining me in this video. xfero slash also sent Meg this handmade hank, and it's by Thanks. Let me read it, because I don't want to mess this up. This is made by Give Thanks Hanks. They're over on Instagram, and really, man, this is gorgeous. They make limited run. They make small batch runs, all made in the USA. I believe American materials. I don't want to be misquoted, or I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know these are made in the USA. This is absolutely gorgeous. Never had a handmade hank, and she absolutely, bro, you couldn't have done it any better, because she loves bright, pretty flowers, and she absolutely adores this. And then there's the bees on the back. That's super dope. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And guys, go over there and show some love to Give Thanks Hanks. Yes, I'm reading it. I have no shame in my game. I'd rather read it and be correct than try to impress everybody and screw it all up. And they are. If you look it up, @ Give Thanks Hanks. All one word. Give Thanks Hanks. Dude, this is dope. She loves it. I'm very impressed with the quality. Like I said, I never had a handmade hank. It's thick. It feels good in hand. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but it does. And it feels really, really nice, and I appreciate that. The other thing that xfero sent that I thought was really kind of cool, and I want to try out, because I don't do knife lanyards, but I'm going to do this one. They're made by this company. This is a company right down the road from him. Maple leaf. I love that burgundy and cream. I love that. That's a clean looking lanyard. I really, really like that. Now, that's a shell casing. It's I don't have on my glasses. 40 cal Smith & Wesson casing. And again, it's got that maple leaf. That's just dope, man. Bro, thank you so much. These folks are on Instagram and Facebook. Check them out. Canadian company, everything made in Canada. The hank, everything made in the USA. Brother, thank you so much. Just what an awesome, awesome gift. And I'll tell you the truth, because a lot of times people say, well, Scab's just being nice. No, I'm not. I wanted to be challenged in year 3. I'm not in this thing to do the same shit day in and day out. Now, I know a lot of times there's repetition in my reviews or in my demonstrations. There's a reason for that. Part of that is, guys, if I could do 10 to 12 of those type of reviews today, if I had the time, I'd do them. Part of the thing that helps me do the amount of content that I do is keeping that kind of repetition in. But what I'm saying is, when I want to be challenged, and JR's helped with that, and Carnivora has helped with that, I want to experiment with different knives. I want to handle different knives. If it's got a funky handle, I want to try it out. I don't ever, and y'all can screenshot this shit, put it on the radio, TV, I don't ever want to be the dude sitting in the comments, well, I can tell you that don't work. I hate know-it-alls. I don't use that word lightly, but that shit just wears me. You don't know shit. Anyway, good Lord willing, I don't want to be that guy. If I say, hey man, I don't like that, I want that to be because I've made an informed and educated decision. I don't write little knife designs on napkins and send them off, and I don't do any of that. I want to be challenged. So Mason, thank you. That's going to be a challenge, because one of the things is, yeah, I want to be positive. Yeah, I want to make a knife work. Y'all ever thought about, well, never mind. I was going to say, being a novice, the only novice on here, anyway, what I was going to say is I'm the only novice on here that every damn knife you see looks good, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. It's Christmas season. Xfero, brother, thank you, dude. All the goofy shit, all the scab petty shit aside, bro, thank you. That's not an inexpensive knife. It's an expensive knife. And I am appreciative to you. I'm appreciative to you that you thought enough to send me something. And that leads me to this. Charles Jones, the redneck nerd, Charles and Miss Suzer, his wife, and Tom Shaw, Knife Delights, those guys sent me Christmas cards. Guys, thank you. Charles Jones, the redneck nerd, is his channel name. Tom Shaw's channel is Knife Delights. Shout out to them guys, man. Thank y'all for thinking enough of me, despite my insanity, to send me a Christmas card. It means a lot, man. Last thing, Pistol Pete. Congratulations. Pete went over 1,000. Bro, that's awesome. That's kick-ass. That's so kick-ass. Congrats to you, my guy. But you put in the work. That's the thing, guys. I want to shout people out that put in the work. Okay? I respect anybody on here. I really do. Because of the bullshit you have to listen to, all the experts that you have to listen to, the day in, the day out. While it's not physically hard to do a video, there's a lot that goes into it. So I have a lot of respect for folks who get on here and put themselves out there. And when they hit a milestone like that, that's big. Pete, congrats, bro. Congrats. The other person I want to congratulate is one of the best dudes in this community, and that's Casey over at Knives Fast. He went over 1,000. Brother, I'm sorry, he went over 7,000. He went over 1,007 times. Congrats, man. Casey, here's what's kick-ass about Casey. He started off this year, I think, at like 2,500. And he's worked, and he's grinded, and he's done all that, and he's put in the thing, and he went over, he wanted to get 7,000 before Christmas, and he's done so. Congratulations to you, man. Much love to you. Real quick, Shane Gables, Edgy American. Shane Gables, Edgy American. Sawtooth Dave, Pete, the Jersey Knife Guy, the Angry Dracoloper, some more channels, and then of course the standard Donnie B All Day and Joe Steel Forged and Fire. And hey, Tom Ritter is like an OG of this game. If y'all aren't subscribed to these guys, go subscribe. They're all great channels. You're gonna learn and see a little bit of different stuff on each. You're gonna get a little bit of different wisdom on each. Most of those channels are very organized, unlike this one. Megatron's flying out Thursday, guys. We're picking up my grandson tomorrow. We're going to eat with my mom and dad for breakfast. Tomorrow's Work Tough Gear Wednesday, so get prepared to see my handsome mug and melodious tones all day long. We focus on Work Tough Gear tomorrow. So we got that going. Then Meg flies out Thursday. And then Caden's going to go home. That's my grandson. He'll go home Friday night. So I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So you will probably see me a whole lot. Listen, I love y'all. God knows I do. I really do. I wouldn't trade this channel for $1 million. That's a fact. I've spent about that much in knives and shipping. I'm Scab. You're not. Let's do the damn thing. I'm gone, son.